Have you ever stared at the glowing screen of your phone in the middle of a perfectly normal Tuesday and just looked at a picture of someone else's seemingly flawless life?
Oh, yeah. And you just feel that sudden, icy cold panic wash over you?
Exactly. This crushing, terrifying thought that it is completely, irrevocably too late for you. Like, have you ever felt like you somehow missed the boarding call for the train of life, and now you were just standing alone on the platform while everyone else is zooming past you?
It's a profoundly heavy, almost suffocating sensation, isn't it? I mean, it's not just a passing thought. It's a real physiological reaction.
Yeah, you feel it in your body.
Right. It's that quiet, creeping dread that settles right in your stomach, whispering that somehow, somewhere back there in your past, you took a wrong turn, and now you're permanently behind schedule.
Well, today, we are going to fix that. In this deep dive, we are going to master 6 transformative, high-level vocabulary words. We are going to unpack 5 highly specific ways to rewrite your negative mental software.
And we are exposing one shocking psychological truth about why your brain takes your best friend's happiness and, weaponizes it into your own personal deadline.
So if you are keeping track, that is 12 essential learning points we are hitting today. 12 points to completely upgrade your English and your mindset.
We've got a lot of ground to cover.
We do. Welcome to English Learning Podcast for daily life, real conversation, and easy listening practice. This is a deep dive tailored just for you.
Absolutely. And if you are a B2 or C1 English learner, or even, an ambitious B1 student who is hungry to push your boundaries, you are in the exact right place.
Glad to have you here.
Because today isn't just about memorizing dry grammar rules. It's about learning to express complex, deep human emotions in natural, sophisticated English.
And most importantly, we want you to speak up. Your voice matters. Even if your English feels imperfect right now, starting exactly where you are requires incredible courage.
It really does.
So don't just listen to us talk. Repeat after us, practice the words out loud, and let your confidence grow today.
So let's jump in. We all know, logically, that social media is mostly fake, right? It's a highlight reel.
Oh, 100%.
So why does looking at it for just 1 minute have the power to ruin your entire day? The psychological trap we're about to uncover will completely change how you view your life.
I want to dive right into the deep end of this core feeling of being too late. We say it all the time, like, oh, it's too late for me to learn C1 English, or it's too late to change careers.
It's too late to get in shape, yeah.
Right. But when a human being says, I think it's too late for me, they aren't actually talking about a clock on the wall, are they?
No, not at all. They're definitely not talking about chronological time. It is believed by developmental psychologists that behind that single sentence lies a really volatile cocktail of emotions.
A cocktail? What's in it?
Well, it's a heavy mixture of paralyzing regret, profound fear of the unknown, and a deeply rooted disappointment in yourself. It's the realization of, wow, I missed my window.
That is so heavy.
It is. But to understand it, we have to look at human cognition. Humans are meaning-making machines. We constantly measure our current reality against this invisible blueprint of expectations that we built in our minds years ago.
So it's the gap between the blueprint you drew up at age 20 and the actual building you're standing in at age 30 or 40.
Precisely. And when there is a massive gap there, the brain doesn't just note the difference casually. It interprets that gap as an existential failure.
It sets off the alarms. Let's ground this in a specific scenario. I think everyone listening has experienced this. Imagine you're having a perfectly decent day.
Just a normal Tuesday.
Right. You sit on your couch, grab a coffee, unlock your phone, and say, I'm just going to relax for 1 minute. And in those 60 seconds, you see a picture of an old friend from high school.
Oh, no. I know where this is going.
Yeah. They are standing in this spotless, perfectly designed kitchen in a brand new house. Or maybe they just moved abroad to Paris. They're smiling, the lighting is flawless, and that kitchen looks like it has never even seen a dirty coffee mug.
And in a fraction of a second, your perfectly decent day is destroyed. Your heart rate actually spikes.
It really does. It's like you're playing tennis on a small neighborhood court.
Right.
And you look over at a giant stadium where someone else is playing a completely different sport, let's say basketball, and you look at their scoreboard and panic. You think, why don't I have 50 points? What is wrong with my tennis racket?
That is a phenomenal analogy. You are judging your tennis game by their basketball score.
Exactly.
And that illustrates a crucial cognitive distortion. We end up treating someone else's milestone like a deadline for our own life.
But wait, pull on that thread for a second. Logically, I know it's fake. I know they probably had a screaming match with their partner right before taking that photo, so why doesn't my logic win?
Because your logical brain, your prefrontal cortex, is simply too slow. It's too slow to intercept the reaction. When you see a peer succeeding, it bypasses logic and goes straight to the amygdala, the primitive survival center of your brain.
Wow, so my brain thinks I'm in actual danger.
Yes. Evolutionarily speaking, if you were falling behind the progress of your tribe, if they were getting stronger and finding resources and you weren't how, it literally meant you might be left behind to die.
That is wild.
So your brain sees your friend's new house and screams, "We are falling behind the tribe. We are going to die."
The friend's wedding isn't an alarm clock, but my anxiety makes it feel like one. My primitive brain processes their celebration as a survival threat. That completely reframes the guilt I feel about being jealous.
It really does.
Yeah.
And to talk about these deep states, we need the right vocabulary. Let's look closely at a fantastic C1 level noun you just used. Milestone.
Oh, I love the history of this word.
It's fascinating. Today, a milestone is an important event or major achievement. But originally, it referred to a literal, physical stone placed on the side of Roman roads.
Literally a stone that marks the miles.
Exactly. They were engraved with numbers to show the distance to Rome. Exhausted travelers would see this stone and know, I am making progress.
That is beautiful. So today, it measures progress in our lives. A great example for an English learner would be, speaking English for 5 minutes without stopping is a massive milestone.
Perfect. It marks undeniable progress. And that connects perfectly to our next word, a B2 level name, timeline.
Right. A timeline is the timing or the sequence of events in your life. It's that invisible schedule we were just talking about.
Yes. And a great example sentence is, I am learning to accept that my timeline looks different from everyone else's.
Which is so hard to do when we are constantly on our phones. Let's examine the phrasal verb we used for that action, to scroll through.
Essential B2 vocabulary. To scroll through means to continuously move text or images up or down on a screen, like I was just scrolling through my feed.
I think the key there is the word through. You're moving through an endless tunnel of information.
Right, you become a passive passenger.
But hold on, I need to push back on this timeline concept. Let's be radically honest. If I am sitting on my couch feeling terrible because I wasted years at a toxic job and someone tells me, oh, everyone has their own timeline, isn't that just a nice blanket over a real wound? What if I did waste time? Isn't toxic positivity worse?
I love that you brought this up, and I actually agree. There's a massive difference between instant, artificial softness and real honesty. Comfort that skips the truth simply does not last.
Because deep down, you know if you let fear dictate your choices.
Exactly. Radical honesty means saying, yes, I did waste some time. I was afraid. That truth is your bedrock. Only then can you take control of your future timeline.
Such a powerful distinction. And hey, we are about 10 minutes into this deep dive. If you are finding value in these words and this discussion, please take a second to like, share, and subscribe right now to keep your English journey moving.
It really helps us out.
Speaking of everyday life, before we dive into the messy reality of starting over, how do you handle the most common daily situation of all? Let's step into a real-world role-play.
This is crucial, because to talk about big life changes, you first have to be comfortable with everyday interactions. Small talk is the foundation of real conversation.
If you can't talk to a stranger at the bus stop, you're going to struggle to express your deepest fears in a new language.
It's what anthropologists call phatic communion. When you talk about the weather, you aren't exchanging meteorological data. You're signaling, I am friendly and we are safe together.
So let's practice this. We are going to do an interactive exercise. I will be your partner. When I prompt you, I want you to read the listener's part out loud. Ready?
Set the scene for them.
You are waiting for the bus. It's a miserable, wet day. I walk up to you and say, it's really pouring out there today, isn't it?
Well, it's your turn. You say, yes, it is. I didn't even bring my umbrella today. Did you get caught in it? Go ahead, say it out loud.
Oh, wait a second. Great. Now I reply to you. I did. Absolutely soaked. They say it might clear up by this afternoon, though.
Now you close it out. Say, fingers crossed. I could really use some sunshine right now. Say it out loud.
Awesome job.
Let's break down that vocabulary. The host didn't just say, it's raining. They said it's pouring.
Yeah, pouring. It's a C1 level way to describe heavy rain. It implies a visceral, overwhelming deluge of water.
And then you use the idiom, fingers crossed.
I love that one. We use it to hope for good luck.
Right. Fingers crossed traces back to pre-Christian times when intersecting lines were thought to ward off bad luck.
So you cross your index and middle fingers. You can say, I have my English exam tomorrow, fingers crossed.
Small talk is a great icebreaker. But what happens when you decide to break the ice on your own life and start totally over? The truth about clean slates might shock you.
Ah, the myth of the clean slate. Society sells us this idea that starting over is like opening a fresh, pristine notebook.
But that is so rarely true. Real life is far more like a palimpsest.
Wait, what? A palimpsest?
Yes, a palimpsest. It's believed that real life is like writing on an ancient piece of parchment, where the old writing was scraped off to make room for the new.
But they couldn't ever scrape it all off, right?
Yeah. Exactly. The ghost of the old letters would bleed through. You cannot erase your past. You bring your previous failures and your old habits right into this new chapter. It's like writing on a page that already has coffee stains and old notes on it.
Oh, that is so relatable. Let me share a specific story about that bleeding through feeling. A while ago, I decided to go back to the gym after a long break.
Buying into the clean slate myth.
Totally. I bought new shoes, I had this serious, intense face, and I expected to just do a light walk on the treadmill to ease into my new identity.
How did that work out for you?
Well, after exactly 4 minutes, I was breathing so heavily I couldn't speak. I was sweating profusely. So I looked down at the screen, expecting to see that I was going incredibly fast.
Yeah.
The speed was basically a polite walk. The machine wasn't challenging me, it was gently greeting me.
Oh no.
I was absolutely destroyed by a polite walk. And the emotion that hits you in that moment isn't just physical tiredness, it's shame.
Shame is such a highly toxic emotion. When you return to something like learning English or exercising, and you think, how do I not know this yet?
It's like this confident, horrible little speaker sitting on your shoulder saying, you are a failure.
The researcher Brené Brown points out the difference between guilt and shame. Guilt says, I made a mistake. Shame says, I am a mistake. Shame tries to convince you that struggling on the treadmill means you don't belong in the gym at all.
So what's the magical movie moment where you overcome it? Do I suddenly sprint gloriously into my new life while motivational music plays?
Unfortunately, there isn't one. There is no movie montage. The victory is just staying on the machine for 5 more sweaty, embarrassing minutes.
Just 5 more embarrassing minutes.
Yes. Small, embarrassing, but real. That is true resilience.
Let's look at the advanced vocabulary for this messy reality. I'd say my fitness was rusty. That's R-U-S-T-Y.
Yes, as an adjective in a C1 idiom context. Literally, rust forms on metal left in the rain.
Yeah.
But metaphorically, when a skill is weak because you haven't used it, it's rusty.
Like my English is a bit rusty because I haven't practiced for years.
Exactly. And the phrasal verb, to start over, meaning to begin again from the beginning.
But you survive the treadmill, you push through the rust. What if the goal you are running towards doesn't even fit you anymore?
The pain of outgrowing your own dreams is up next.
This is so complex emotionally. We are told to never give up on our dreams, but people assume leaving a dream is a peaceful process, like putting a vase quietly on a shelf.
But often it feels like a terrible failure.
It's like wearing really nice, expensive clothes that are exactly 2 sizes too small. They look great to others, but you literally cannot breathe.
That is a staggering analogy. You feel guilt for wanting to take off this successful outfit.
Let me give you an example from my own life. The dream of the full calendar. In my 20s, I thought success meant always being busy, proving that I mattered.
Hustle culture.
Right. Even when I actively tried to rest, I couldn't. I'd sit on the couch and immediately start making a list of things to do. I was failing at resting because the ghost of that old dream was still haunting me.
This highlights that we don't change just once. We have to actively practice change. You have to outgrow old habits again and again.
But I have to ask you, is it really never too late? We hear this cliche all the time. What if I want to be an Olympic athlete and I'm 50? Aren't we lying to people?
This requires real nuance. It may be too late for one specific, literal version of a dream. You probably won't be a 50-year-old Olympic gymnast.
So it is too late.
No, because you have to look at the deeper desire inside it. Why did you want that? The desire for movement, for strength, for the confidence of mastering a physical skill. That door is not closed.
Oh, wow.
The shape of the dream can change. You might join an advanced yoga practice or a martial arts dojo. Something is lost, yes, and you must mourn that. But not everything is lost.
The core survives, but the shape changes. That is incredibly powerful. Let's give our listeners the vocabulary to articulate this. The C1 verb, outgrow.
To stop wanting or needing something as you develop, like clothes or a habit. I think I've outgrown the dream I had in my 20s.
And the noun, detour. A C1 word for an unexpected path or route.
My career took a painful detour, but it taught me a lot.
I love that. And finally, reinvent, B2 or C1 level, to change yourself or your life in a new way.
Know that it doesn't mean deleting the old you. It just means changing direction.
So you now understand these deep concepts, but how do you actually talk to yourself when things go wrong? Next, we will give you the exact sentences to rewrite your brain's negative software.
This is cognitive behavioral therapy in action. The words you use to talk to yourself actually construct your reality.
Welcome to our Say It Better practice. This isn't about perfect grammar. It's about kinder, more natural English. We'll take harsh sentences and transform them. First harsh sentence. I am late in life.
That sounds like a heavy verdict in a courtroom. A better sentence is, I feel behind, but I'm learning to accept my own timeline.
Oh, that's so much better. It acknowledges the feeling but moves forward. Okay, harsh sentence 2. I did not reach anything big.
That erases all your past troubles. Let's make it better. I haven't reached that milestone yet.
The power of yet.
Yes, yet keeps the door open. The story's still being written.
Harsh sentence 3. My life went the wrong way.
Better. My life took a painful detour, but I'm finding my way again.
It validates the pain but shows you're still on a journey. Next one. I don't want my old dream anymore. People say this with so much guilt.
Let's respect your past self. Better. I think I've outgrown that dream, but it mattered to me once.
I love that. It respects that the dream was important at the time. Last one. I want a life that feels good inside.
That's fine grammatically, but let's elevate it. Better. I want to build a more fulfilling life.
Let's highlight that word. Fulfilling. Fulfilling.
It's a C1 adjective. It means meaningful and satisfying from the inside, not just impressive to other people.
I am looking for a career that is truly fulfilling, not just a high salary. You know, my main insight here is about honesty. Calling yourself a failure isn't honesty, it's punishment.
Exact.
Saying, my English is rusty is honest. Saying, my English is terrible and I'll never learn is cruel. Don't speak to yourself that way.
You cannot shame yourself into a happier life.
You've learned how to completely reshape your English and your mindset today. But before you go, I promised you a bonus that ties this all together perfectly.
Yes. As promised, here is your bonus for staying till the end. A beautiful English idiom you can use when you decide to start over. To turn over a new leaf.
To turn over a new leaf. I love the imagery.
It means to start behaving in a better way or to start a fresh chapter in your life. Historically, the pages of a book were called leaves, so turning a new leaf literally meant turning to a fresh blank page.
Now it is your turn to speak up. Your homework is to take one key word and one idiom we explained today and write the answers in the comment box. Show us you are practicing.
We want to see your sentences.
And to show you made it to the end, right, I'm consistent in the comment box so we know you made it all the way through.
And please write feedback and tell us which kind of topic you want next video.
If you liked this video, do all the hype. Hit that like button. And if you want to read an article about English, go in the description box. There I have provided a link. If you will subscribe once, you will receive a free article in your email for free every time.
Total immersion is key.
If you enjoyed this podcast, there are many more podcasts on my channel. Go check them out and binge watch your favorites. Keep practicing your listening and speaking.
And I want to leave you with one last deep thought to mull over. If starting over means bringing your past mistakes with you, what is one coffee stain on the page of your life that actually makes your story more beautiful? Think about that today.
Keep practicing. And remember, it's never too late to reinvent yourself. Until next time.